in addition to that, I went to go see the Sinners movie, and I was thoroughly entertained. Now, I like vampire movies. I'm a person who, I watch True Blood, I watch Twilight, I watch what else? Like a lot of vampire movies. I was a fan of The Walking Dead. I like the apocalyptic type movies. And I like the fact that this movie was predominantly a black cast. They had their own spin on it. And it was really, really, really done well. Now, the movie is, you could probably pull it up on some of those like bootleg movie sites, but you have to go see it in theaters. Like, the experience of seeing the movie is not the same as watching it in a theater. Now, going to see this movie, it was my first time going to the theater in a long time. Your girl had like a little bit of date, you know what I'm saying? A date situation. We went to go see the movie, and I really, really, really enjoyed it. Now, there are a lot of people who feel as though the movie was great. There's a lot of people who seen the movie once, two, even three times. And then there are people who felt like the movie rattled their spirit. Now, if you guys don't know, because when I went to go see the movie, I didn't watch a trailer. I didn't see what it was about. I just knew that a lot of people online were saying that it was a period piece, but it wasn't a slave movie, and that it was really good. So from that, I seen that it was Michael B. Jordan, Ryan Coogler. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go see it. So when I went to the movies, I didn't even know that it was a vampire movie. But if you don't know and you don't like vampire movies and you don't like stuff like that, then you probably won't like the movie. Now, if you are into, vampire movies, stuff like that, then you'll enjoy this movie because they did a vampire movie tastefully. Sometimes vampire movies could be like very gory and really, really like graphic. But I feel like this movie was tastefully done. Like, there was a lot of, there was a few hanky-panky scenes. And even the hanky-panky scenes I felt like were tastefully done as well. Now, on the flip side of the people like me who felt like it was a good movie, and there was a lot of people, like I said, in my comments that said that, they thought it was a good movie. They enjoyed it. They loved it. It was good. Somebody says they're going back to see it 3 times. Some people want a prequel, and so much more. There was a woman on TikTok who she said that the movie rattled her spirit, okay? She said that the movie didn't sit well with her. It rattled her spirit, and she had to pray about it. So let me pull that up for you guys, and then we'll talk about some more things. So this is her giving her critique on Sinners.
Out in the Sinners movie, y'all, not because it was a bad movie, but because it was too heavy on me spiritually, and I did not realize it was going to be that heavily spiritual. To be fair, I didn't see any previews at all. I really honestly just wanted to support Ryan and Michael. It was so heavy on me, y'all. I had prayed like 4 times by the time it got to the middle of the movie, and the scene where Cornbread came back to the house, shortly after his scene, that next scene made me leave. I couldn't take it. I caught a message that made me start calling on God. Like, I was just saying, my God. I kept saying that, and I'm like, okay, I don't want to disturb nobody from trying to like watch the movie, but it was so much to it, y'all, that I was like, I can't. Like, I have to leave. I have to go pray. So I left. I walked out. I might try to go finish it. If you're gonna go see it, please pray before you go see it. Please guard yourself. It is heavily spiritual. 100% through and through. I walked out on the Sinners movie, y'all, not because it was a bad movie.
So that was her opinion. Definitely not mine. I feel like even though they had spiritual aspects, it wasn't giving what she's doing. Like, to me, it wasn't giving all that. Like, I don't know. And again, maybe it's because I like vampire movies and I'm not opposed to, a little bit of fornication here and there. So, it didn't give that for me. I thoroughly enjoyed every bit of the movie. Like every bit of it I enjoyed. Now, even though the woman, what's her name? Her name starts with a W, but she was the darker skin love interest of Michael B. Jordan. The only thing that I kind of, when I was watching it, I kind of wished that the love interest for, what's his name? Sammy? I thought that the love interest for Sammy should have been the love interest for Michael B. Jordan. That's the only critique that I had. I'm like, I kind of wanted that girl for Michael and not for Sammy, and I didn't really like even though she did an amazing job, I just, thought that Michael would have looked better with the other girl. What's her name? Pearl, what's her name? Pearl Lynn? Or no, what's her name? The girl that was matched with was Sammy's love interest. That's who I wanted. Let me pull her up. Matter of fact, so I could show y'all who I'm talking about. Sinners cast. Jamie Lawson, Pearl Lynn. There we go. That's who I wanted for Michael. Somebody in the comments said, hell no, but I thought she would have been, this is the girl who I'm talking about right here. So this was Michael's love interest in the movie, and I just kind of preferred that it would have been her. That's just my personal preference. Y'all in the comments saying no, but I thought that they would have been a better match to me. Okay? And I just thought that she kind of looked too old for the Miles character or whatever, and I guess the purpose is she was supposed to be an older woman, but I don't know. For me, I just thought that they looked, because I don't know, I just think she's so pretty, and I just thought that they would have just looked so, I don't know. I just thought they would have looked good together. That's just my opinion. But other than that, this character, she did a phenomenal job. She did a really good job. It wasn't that, she didn't do a good job. I just felt like she kind of looked more like his mom, versus a love interest. And I guess, the whole thing was, that was the thing where, like the guys were with the older women, which I understand that, but I still, it's still, she kind of gave mom for Michael versus lover to me. All right. And to me, I felt like she was more, I don't know. But anyways, that's all. But yeah, so other than that, that was my only, that was my only thing. But a lot of people felt different. A lot of people really loved Wunmi for Michael. I didn't, but hey, she still did a phenomenal job. And that's that. Now, on social media, people are so funny. I'm like, social media is so funny. So there is a thread on freaking Facebook where people are debating who was finer between Smoke and Stack. I know you like, what? Yes. So people are debating whether or not Smoke or Stack was finer, even though it's the same person, but that is the word on the curb. So as you can see right here, this woman, Ebony, has said Stack was finer than Smoke. And it got almost 4,000 shares. And I'm going to just read through some of the comments because there are people joining in on the debate on whether or not Smoke was finer or Stack was finer, even though it's literally the same person. So let's go through some of these comments and see what the people are talking about. So the first comment says, as a man, I'm not here to partake in the debate. I just want to say, you know how good of an actor you have to be for women to be debating over two character roles that were literally acted out by the exact same person. This person right here says, Smoke had me in a chokehold. That was a grown, and I guess they meant man. This one says, Stack was teaching Preacher Boy about that button. Okay, if y'all watch the movie, then y'all know about the little button in the coup. All right. Somebody says they're literally the same person. They both can get it. Someone says we can play a nice friendly game of ping pong. I'll be the ball, of course. Smoke is the husband and Stack is the one you see when you're single or just want to play. Okay. They said Stack is for fun and Smoke is for love, honey. Okay. Somebody said Smoke was the one we need. Stack was the one we all want. The fact that MBJ played each personality with perfection, chef's kiss. Another person says, Smoke the type of man you make Sunday dinner for on a Wednesday, and so much more. Y'all get my drift, but people are literally debating which Michael B. Jordan was finer and which Michael B. Jordan was better suited for them, and so much more. If y'all watch the movie, then you guys will understand the different personality that each character had in the movie and what they kind of personified. Like I said, it was really, really, really a good movie. I enjoyed it so much. I wouldn't mind seeing it again. I even pulled it up on like one of those like bootleg watching sites, but it don't hit the same as being in the movie theater. Like being in the movie theater and watching it with the surround sound on the big screen, it just don't hit the same as watching it on like one of those like bootleg sites or whatever like that. So if I go see the movie again, you know, it's just because your girl enjoyed the movie, period. All right, so that's that one. That about that. Let's see, what else did I want to talk about? It was so much stuff going on social media.